Yeah, everybody. What is going on? And welcome back, LUNC holders. Indeed, yesterday was a crazy one for all of us in the Terra Luna Classic community. I mean, we had a lot of fun. It was intense. Now, as can be seen in the price, it's taking a breather, it's taking a break, completely healthy. And that is why I'm making this video, because I got a new message for all of us, and that is recovery. I mean, we can see that Terra Luna Classic is making history, it's making something unprecedented, and it's hard to put into words really what's happening, right? I've been trying to do so, and it's not doing so well, but always trying to be honest and transparent to you, and that is what I'm going to do in this video, because one of the main developers from Terra Rebel just released a huge letter addressing the community about the recovery of Terra Luna Classic. And I want to go over to the main points of the letter. I want to give my opinions on that and see how we're going to transition to probably higher prices, or if not higher prices, just a higher, better blockchain community. Because I know this is a hard to swallow truth. We just don't know how high it's going to go. We just don't know when it's going to stop. And we just don't know how far or fast it can drop. Those are three valid questions that if you observe the entire ecos on the cryptocurrencies, you're going to see that that happens every single time we have such types of pumps. But who am I to judge, right? I mean, at the end of the day right now, for the last now 15 days, 1-5, we're seeing a tremendous jump. And I have it right here. The price of LUNC already 4x. And just yesterday, from yesterday to today, it went to a max of 87%. 87% in about 48 hours or less, and 4x in a couple of days. That is the power of the community. That is the power of LUNC. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Don't forget to smash the like button, everybody. Consider subscribing to the channel and turn on those notification bells. As always, strategic, critical, and to the point. Now, happy to see the price of LUNC doing this. A breather. I once again have to update that the Fibonacci retracement, because it's beating it, and beating it. Knowing that Bitcoin, Ethereum, the major altcoins, they're not doing much. They're still in the same place, but LUNC, it's not. When we come here, we see that Edward Kim, I am aware of this person and many other different developers because I am inside the Terra Rebels Discord, and well, he posted this one 10 hours ago, a path to recovery for Luna Classic. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at it? And they, of course, invite more people to take a look at the proposals and stuff like that. Now, here it is, a path to recovery for LUNC, and it kind of goes on and explains what he wants. So let's go ahead and dive in some of the more specific subjects. And before I do that, it's clear that LUNC is recovering. It's clear that the community is helping on that, and it's clear that the volume is going nuts. So we'll see how far we can go. 201, 101, which is 1 penny, more than a penny, $1. I mean, I think there's a big predictions out there already on YouTube, but the fact, the truth of the matter is that nobody knows, and that is so healthy and so good to know. On August 26th, 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time, the Luna Classic blockchain started the B22. Remember when we started talking about it? That really kicked off everything. And well, at that very moment, governance was restored and citizens of the Classic ecosystem could delegate, stake, and subsequently vote on the future of the chain. That really changed a lot of things, and that could explain some of the massive movements in LUNC. While there's reason to celebrate, the recovery is only just the beginning, as August 26 marked the start of a long, difficult path to recover that lies ahead, which means that this is a long-term opportunity too for all of us. I'd like to discuss some of the various initiatives that they're working on. So right here, I'm going to zoom it out a little bit. So they're saying that September, the tax and burn deflationary mechanism, the 1.2%, I guess, to begin at the end of September, and evaluate regularly for efficacy. That's good. Burn. Second, repegging USD to $1. That's going to be huge. That's going to be huge if it happens. We'll bring utility back to the stablecoin and burn LUNC at an even faster pace. That is amazing. And mid-2023, the strong community is attracting utility back. So we're seeing the recovery, the restoration, the revival of LUNC, but I believe, according to him too, there still lies months and even years ahead of this game, but it's the beginning. So a path to burn. I'm sure that everybody knows about the proposal 3568, which describes the 1.2 tax burn, which is really good. But all transactions of LUNC, Terra Rebels implemented a tax burn by repurposing the stability tax code, and of course, just making sure all the parameter proposals will pass to specify this transition. And the idea is to have more exchanges to utilize this tax code 1.2 tax 1.2% tax, which is good on all transactions. So here we have a screenshot on July 4th. They don't even burn for on-chain transactions, right? Basically, when it was presented to CC, right, he's like, well, first let it be implemented on the Terra blockchain, right, and then you're gonna ask us to do it on our exchanges, which makes sense to a certain extent. So we're seeing how CoinIn, if I'm not mistaken, was the first exchange, right, that adopted that 1.2 tax burn. I mean, and it's doing it, and it's been burning for a while, a couple of millions, right? Then we have Mex Global, which most recently, a couple of days ago, said we're gonna be adding this tax burn, and it's gonna happen for this date to this date, and let's go. So it's been coming in, which it's attracting more partners. Behind the scenes, the tax burn requires changes to some of the core applications, and given the state of the applications, a parameter change will be created on or before the 10th. The target activation is Dix code. So can look a little bit techy and geeky, but no worries. We're skimming through everything. A path to repeg, and that is, I think, a big one, because we know that everybody wants the USD to be back to $1. And well, if I go ahead and find USD, which is Terra Classic USD, I believe it should be this one. That's what we're looking right now. 4 cents. There it is, 4 cents. So, I mean, we want to have it 0.4. So we want to have it way higher, because if I click on all, yep, completely depleted and destroyed, as you can see right here. So there's a path forward. It's going to take a long time. It does seem, or it can just be like LUNC and explode to the moon. We'll just have to see. So there are 3 pillars right here. And it's all of these that we're seeing right now on the screen. This commonly referred to a traditional finance as debt restructuring or debt for equity swap. From a business perspective, a debt restructuring to resurrect the decentralized algorithmic stablecoin makes sense if and only if its key pillars, the centralized reserves and capital controls, can be failure-proofed. Okay, yeah, because they failed. Those efforts don't break back to the LUNC community, who will likely be funding it. And its reserves can forestall a deep debt spiral. Yeah, basically to prevent what happened in the first place. That's pretty good. So moving on here, a path to utility. Let me go ahead and read this because it's highlighted. I like it. A restructuring of the Terra Classic 9.5 billion of bad debt, which offers USDC holders material of consideration for their current USDC holdings, represents the best efforts of the LUNC community, will underpin a sustainable resistance the Terra Classic ecosystem. Ultimately, this could lead to an exponentially faster burn of the LUNC. So in a way, repaying, it's all going to help burn more LUNC from the now billions that we have right now, trillions that we have right now, hopefully bring it down to the low trillions in a sustainable amount of time. We'll just have to see. And of course, a path to utility. So while there have been very important dApps, definitely there's more way to go for utility. We face the opposite problem for most Web3 layer protocols. Instead of having a huge hoarding of tokens, but a little room of additional tokens. So the strongest attractor for utility is our community. Boom. The community, he's saying it as the dev, is one of the main utilities for this community. So a path to recovery, everybody. Why are you doing this? Well, he says on his Twitter that he is doing this on his spare time. So I'm sure that the entire LUNC community is thankful to him and to the entire team for doing this. So finally, on those outside looking in, this article stories you have written about LUNC are true. Why are we doing this? It's crazy, but we're building a platform with a failed reputation, trying to fix a problem that we did not create and restructuring a debt of $10 billion that does not belong to us. Hope you like this content, everybody. Just basically saying, if the devs are engaged and now with a nice plan for recovery, and also the community as well, we'll just take some time. We just don't know when it's gonna actually happen, but slowly but surely, taking ahead and taking the crashes and the major corrections, well, as mature investors. Anything can happen. I'll see you next time, everybody. Peace.